Hi everyone, it's Jenny. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. So I've come on to do my mixed media challenge with Scrimping Mummy, which I'm a little bit behind in, I have to say. So I'm just sorry, just realised I hadn't plugged my glue gun in and I'm going to need that for today's. So I'm on week 12 and I've actually got 4 of them in the run that I need to do, but I'm quite excited because it means I've got one. Once I get to the last one, I'm going to be like, oh, I want some more. But there will be another one. So week 12 is spring, and I will leave a link to Amanda's channel on here, and I will just show you what she's provided. And I've already cut out. I did 2 lots of the song sheet. So we've got the Angels Easter song, so we've got that printed, and then we've got this sort of yellow flowers, they look like poppies, type of poppies, and then these sort of lilac purple ones. Anyone that knows me knows I'm not a fan of yellow, but I'm going to go with it today because that's a spring colour. It's an Easter colour. You've also got this little yellow head, little chick coming out of an egg with some song music, and I got 2 of those because I didn't know what I was going to do, so I've did one sheet twice. You've then got this little rabbit with these beautiful flowers on, and then you've got this sort of arrangement of flowers, and I've got 2 of those. Then you've got some little Easter eggs, and then the sentiments are new beginnings and a kind word is like a spring day. So I've got my page out ready, and I've also sort of gone through my bits and pieces to see what I'm going to use. So let me just open this because I can get that out of the way then, and I'll show you. I like the idea of the song music, so I went in. I've got really old music, really old, so I just got some of this out because I thought I'm going to use this as just the base of my page to cover this up, because if you've been watching me, you'll know I'm using my old calendar. I've also gone in my scrap, in my ribbon. I've got some yellow ribbon, and I've also got this gold as well, which I got at Christmas on my advent calendar. So I've got those. I've also got these little flowers, which I got from Kim Kelly for my birthday. And all I've done is I've cut the backs off them so that they're going to sit on the page, hopefully. I've got a few other bits and pieces out. I've got my Forever Faithful vintage photo because I love that. And I've also got this Versa Magic, which is chalk, pixie dust pink chalk, because I'm looking at the sort of pastel-y colours here. So thinking along those lines, really. Let's put that there. I've also got out my Posh Rainbow ink, this is rich gold, this one. Don't know if we will use it, I think. So I'm just going to roll my sleeves up, and I've also got myself some plastic gloves because I know how messy this situation gets doing this. So let me just check. And what have we got on there? I'm just making sure it's recording. Yes, it is. So you can see, and that the light's in the right place. So I think what we're going to do first is I'm just going to get this down on the page. It is slightly bigger than is required. So let me just go for the torn look. Take some of that off the edge because that's a bit torn, and that will go, and then we can have a little bit off that one as well. Now I don't have to put the gloves on yet, and that will go along there. That's going to stick out a bit. I might cut that and then do the edges with the other sheet music torn. That's a bit better. Right, so let's just glue that down. In fact, I'll use my Pritt stick for this. Get this down on the paper. Yeah, I've had this music. I think I got this from a charity shop or something, and they were selling a load of old sheet music, but some of it's really old. I'm just going back to like 1911 on the date on the book. So let's get rid of that. Pop that on there. I don't mind if that little bit of pink's showing. You're probably not going to see much of this anyway. And then let's just cut this down a bit. And then just cut that edge off a little bit. There we go. And then that can go up there. We don't need, I can cut a bit of the top off as well. Let's get rid of that rubbish there. Otherwise I'm going to get myself in a situation here. I'm not going to be able to find anything on the desk. Doesn't matter how tidy your desk is, it always gets in a bit of a state. Right. There we go. Let's get that on. Put a bit through the middle, across the top, and there, that'll do. That'll stick down. Now let's just get that right to the edge on that side, because that's more colourful there. That's fine. Right, there we go. So that's my base. And then everything else is going to go on the top. So we have got all of this. We've got this lovely sheet music, which I think is lovely. So I'm just going to, don't need the gloves yet. I think I'm only going to need the gloves when I start doing that rainbow dye, because that does get everywhere. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to actually go a bit more in to the page, because I do like that vintage look. I mean, this is vintage music paper anyway, so you don't really have to dye that much. I don't mind that I'm going over this, because most of it is going to be covered with this. Right, so that's that one. I'm also going to do the other one while I'm at it. Just give it a little border. Right, there we go. And I'm thinking, I haven't got any purple out to bring that in, so I wonder if I'm going to use the rainbow ink. I don't think I will on that. I'm just going to go with whatever's on my sponge to get rid of that white. That'll do for that one. Should be enough on here. The glue gun is heating up. I can smell it. Well, it's quite a nice day today. We've got a bit of sun here. Whether it stays, I don't know, because there is also quite a bit of cloud. Right, let me go back with this as well. Let's get all these bits done, and then I haven't got to come back to it. Some people don't like the vintage photo, but it is my absolute favourite go-to. I just love that vintage look on the paper. I'm just going to, this is a bit thinner, this paper, so I'm just going to go around the edge on that again, like I did with the other one. So if you haven't joined in on this challenge, this mixed media challenge, it's a mixed media challenge. You can pretty much do whatever you like using the papers that Amanda gives us. Now I'm just here. I'm just going to get my little purple out, because this is just my art studio one, which you can get from like the range. I'm just going to put a little bit of purple just to bring that purple in on the flowers. I did this on copy paper, so it is quite thin actually. I should have done it on something a bit thicker. I'm just going to go, I'm just going to dab it round rather than to give it that different look, just to get rid of those white edges. There. Yeah, I like that. Actually, I really do like that, the way it comes out on the sponge. Don't mind that. There we go. Learn something new. Every day's a school day in the craft room. Just put a bit of that on there. Just takes away those edges, that's all. And then the rabbit. Quite like that, actually. There we go. Oh, and that egg. I haven't done the other one. Maybe I should have put the gloves on for this bit. Right, let's put that away. Okay, now I'm not going to rip these. My normal is to rip, but I'm not going to. I'm thinking I want that one there. Pop a bit of this on. I'm just thinking I'm just going to go over that edge there to cover that up. I like that. I'm going to have that one there. Right, let's put that one on there. I'm just going to get rid of that bit of writing there. There we go. Right, now this I am going to tear, because in fact I could do it quicker tearing it with the ruler, like so. Just get rid of those little edges. Like that. Get rid of that, throw that in the bin. Just do it all the way round. Okay. And that one there. Take a bit of that off. Right, that's that one. I'm not going to go round that yet. And I'm going to tear it down the middle, because we've got the two different colours. We've got the purple and the yellow. And then this is on thicker card. So I'm going to do exactly the same on this one. I'm just going to tear that down the middle. No, oh, there's a tiny little white edge on there. Just a very tiny one. Let me just tear that off. Like that. Quicker doing it that way. Do you know what? Just to give it something different. I do like the torn look, but I also like this look, because it makes it look like a ticket. So actually, change my mind on that. See, that's how it goes. Your brain thinks of something else, and then when you're doing something, I'm actually going to cut that like that and have a couple of little tickets with that, like that, and then just cut that one like that. A couple of different shapes. There we go. Yes, like that. Okay. So let's get rid of those scissors. We don't need them again for the moment. And I just need to tear the edge off this bit of yellow. seen someone, I can't remember who's got one. Someone's got one of those raggedy rulers. Really, really brilliant. I love them. Like it's a metal ruler, but it's got like a jagged edge, so that when you tear like this, it makes a sort of ruffled edge. It's really nice. Right, there we go. Okay, so let's get into this. And let's just start sticking some bits down. That's going to go there. Exactly there. Like that. And that piece is going to go there. It's probably my OCD that likes it in sort of... It can't be, because I wouldn't like ripped edges, would I? Torn edges. It can't be that bad. Right, there we go. And then I'm thinking across there. Okay. I never think too much about it, because it just goes with the flow. Right, then we've got these little songbirds. I'm not sure that I need both of them. Just thinking one there. Right, this definitely down on the edge like that. Okay, so I should have a bit of scrap really that I'm doing this on. I did have a bit of scrap somewhere. Right, that's definitely going to go down there, just because of the straight edge, like so. Put a bit under there, didn't quite catch that. And that means that this one is going to go at the top. And hang down. Like that. Yes, I like that. There we go. Then we have got our bird. And we've got the big rabbit. Now he can go there, or she, because they're reading the music. I'm looking at the sheet music. Does anyone else make a story up as they're doing it? There. Like that, like that. I was thinking about it, but let's not think about it. I'm going over the yellow a little bit there. I like that. Okay, then I've got my little eggs. Right, I'm going to cut this in half. Because a kind word. Let's use this glue for that. A kind word is like a spring day. If you haven't got anything kind to say, then don't say it at all. There we go. There. Kind word is like a spring day. And then we're going to have the big... No, we're going to have the little egg in the middle there. Like so. And then I've still got my other egg. Oh, there. Which is going there. And then I've got these to go on after. But what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put these gloves on. I might only need one. I might only need one. So my thought is I'm going to get a bit of this rich gold. I'm going to water it down a little bit because it is quite rich. But rather than spray the water, I'm just going to put a little bit in. Oh, there's too much there, isn't there? Oh dear, Jenny. Oh well. Right, I've got my little sponge. It might be all right, I don't know. No, I think that's going to be a little, it's going to be a little bit too wet, I think. Let's put some of it in there. That was a bit much, wasn't it? Right, okay. A little bit goes a long way. Yes, indeed it does, Jenny. There. Right, let's start again. I'm just going around the edges. When it dries, I mean, you can see it already, but it's got a really nice shimmer to it when it dries. I'm going to have to use a little bit of that. Go around that music. On that edge. It might lift it a little bit, but I can sort that out afterwards. Like that. I'm going to use that up on the music paper. Just because it gives it a yellowy look. I'm not going to stick anything else down now, am I? I'm going to have to wait for that to dry. I'll get my dryer out for that. Right, we've got a little bit left there. Let's use that, because then let's just put a bit on one of these tickets, because these are going to go on as well. No, yeah, you can see it. Oh, I think I have. I've used pretty much all of it. That'll have to be washed. I like that. Right, that can go out. Now, what else was I going to use? Ah, this. Now, I'm not going to be able to go over where I've just gone on that, but I can go on the... I just want to get some pink on the egg. I like that. Just dyes that down a little bit. I'm not going to go on that one because I don't want to. I'm just going to get a bit more on that yellow. That yellow flower. This is chalk. Pixie dust, I think it is. Yeah, chalk ink. I quite like that, actually. Do you know what I'm going to have just a go of? Just to put it on some of those petals. Is this coming out? Yeah. I might bring you down a tiny bit. Just so you can see what I'm doing. I'm literally just putting a bit on the petals. And I don't know if you can see. It might be better once it's dry. It's just putting a bit of chalk on the top. And when that dries, I'm just going to go over here a bit as well. I like that. That's the good thing about this. I wasn't really into mixed media, but since I picked up this challenge, it's just, you know, she gives you the sort of confidence just to have a go, because nothing's right and nothing's wrong. It's just what you feel. Right, I'm not going to go. I'm going to have to stick these bits down again, I think, once it dries slightly. Right, I'm not going to go too much more. Oh, hang on, I wonder if I can put a bit on the New Beginnings. Yeah, I can. Just fades it down a little bit. There we go. Right, let's pop the lid on that. I'm done with that. And yeah, I'm happy I can take that off now. And we're going to go up there. Actually, wait a momento. Now, what about yellow or gold? What do we think? Yellow or gold? I quite like to use the gold. So what I'm thinking is, let's get one of these. Right, where's my double-sided? Oh, I've got my glue gun on. Let's just pop a bit of glue on the back there. And stick that down onto there. Just be careful because it's hot, Jenny. Okay, onto there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come across. I know what I can do to incorporate the yellow. Just come across a couple of times. Probably thinking, what is she doing? However, just go with the process. Right, one more around the front, and then I'm going to stick that at the back and glue that down there. Pop a bit more glue on the back. Stick that down quickly before it dries. Like that. Get my scissors. Chop that piece off because I don't need that. That will stick on there. And then oh, that's stuck down before I'd even decided to stick it down. I don't want it sticking yet. That's all right. Then I'm going to pop this through. I can chop off the bits I don't need. Will you stay still? Now let's just chop some of this off because that's too much. Right. And then I'm going to try and make a bow with that. Right, that one's a bit long, so let's shorten that one a bit. Got you really close still, haven't I? Sorry. Let's just pull that through a bit more so it matches that one, and then I can chop that excess off. We don't need all that. Right, and then I'm going to put a tiny bit of glue underneath there just to keep it in place so it doesn't move. There, I like that. And then I think that's going to go there. So I'm just going to put some glue on there. And stick that down there. I need another glue. Oh, I have got a glue stick. Run out of white, so I've got glitter, silver glitter. So we'll see what that looks like in a minute. Right, I like that. And then we've got new beginnings. I'm going to go up there with that simply because I know what I want down here, and that's going to go at an angle like that. Just put a bit under his ear or her ear, string there, a bit under there. It might stick down a bit more once it's dry. It's just, it is quite wet at the moment with the that posh ink. Right, that can go there. Then what I'm thinking is I want to make a little thing with these flowers. So let's put a bit on each of these flowers. I am going to have to put the silver glue stick in there. Now that's sticking up a bit more because I didn't chop them right down. Like that. And then we've got 2 more, which I'm thinking, is that going to look silly if I have 2 there? Oh, I've got, no, I don't think it is. Do you know what? I'm going for it because it was my thought. So there's obviously a reason why I thought it. Oh, pop that there a minute. Oh, I like that. Okay, and then I've got these little tickets that I cut out, which I quite like. So they're going in somewhere. It's quite busy now, isn't it? Might go under there. Like that. And then I've got these longer ones. I might have one there. Yep, like that. I could have had some vintage round there, but it stands out a bit more. And I don't mind that. And I've got another one. Now, if I'd thought about it, I could put that under the word, but I didn't. I don't think I need that. I'm not going to go. Sometimes less is more. I'm happy with that. I just want... I've got these little dots, which I'm thinking will look really nice. Oh, I should have thought about it. I didn't really want... Oh, I've got that off in time. I'll just come down a bit more with that one. There. Different size. Go. There. I like that. Now, when it's dry, you're probably going to get... I'm just going to bring you in just to see if you can catch that gold, but I'm not sure whether I can get it. Oh, there we go. Might be able to just see it, the shimmer on it. So there we go. That is my page for my mixed media challenge for new beginnings. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll link Scrimping Mummy on here, and you can pop over and see what else everyone else has done. Thank you for watching. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.